Snow White is the gift that just keeps on giving. Yes, right from the very beginning, we've had a lot of contentious issues happening. Now the film has finally landed for its opening weekend. Whilst we're not going to look at today its box office predictions and what it's actually made, we are going to actually have a look at the audience reviews on Rotten Tomatoes and of course the critics' reviews and see what it is that they have to say. Hello and welcome back to Chat About It, Don't Shout About It with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke, as crowned by one of my haters, not by myself. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, switch on the notification bells so that you know that I am releasing another video. That really does help the channel out, by the way. Thank you in advance, and thank you to everyone who's joined me already. I couldn't run this channel without you. Please leave a comment in the comment section below if you've seen Snow White and let me know what you think about it or what you think is going to happen to the film overall. So the embargo lifted on this the other day and it came in with a rotten score of 44%. I know it was higher than that, but I did not release a video on it at that time. I was waiting for the popcorn meter to also come out. So we're going to have a look at the critics and then we're going to have a look at the popcorn meter. But as you can see, it's conflicting. 44% on the tomato meter and 74% on the popcorn meter. Very interesting results. I said that one of the best things that you can rely on is what the audience had to actually say about it. Now, you can see here there's 1,000+ verified ratings on the popcorn meter for the audience score and only 181 reviews for the critics. So there is quite a big difference here. Question is it all 5 stars or is it a mix? So let's find out. Let's start with the critics. And we'll go to top critics. Now, these are the people that are generally paid to do this, whether or not they're going to be shilling or hating, who's to say? Let's find out. Vanity Fair, Richard Lawson, what's that? This Snow White is not a made-for-TV movie shot in Burbank, but it is instead a theatrically released feature film that cost upwards of $250 million to make. Oh dear, it's probably going to be even more than that, I would say. Probably double. We're waiting on the tax filings that will be happening very soon, I should imagine. I don't know when Disney does their tax filings, but it's almost the end of the tax year here in the UK. So we will get those soon. But that was rotten, according to Richard Lawson, Bob Mondello, NPR. The new songs mostly land without being memorable, but Rachel Zegler's spunky, assertive Snow White proves a reasonably refreshing update on the 1937's animated princess. Did we need to update it, though? Don't think so. But, you know, I am going to be seeing this hopefully tomorrow, so I will judge for myself. Carl Smith of the Wall Street Journal thinks it's rotten, with gloss prevails over heart in nearly every scene and plot beats feel contrived. I wonder if that's because of the reshoots that they had to do. I guess I will find out for myself very soon. So let's go to Caroline Saeed. I think that's how you pronounce it, for Girl Culture and Substack. As far as live action remakes go, have courage, be kind, and fight fascism is a fitting message for the moment, even if it comes wrapped in a pretty garish package. That doesn't sound particularly positive. You give it a tomato, but you say it's a pretty garish package. So what was it about that you didn't like? I would click on the full review, but I want to go and have a look at some of the other ones. Richard Whittaker says, it's infuriating enough that Webb and Wilson ride not simply roughshod, but seemingly blindfold through a classic, but other innocent fantasy classics are caught up as collateral damage. New York Times says, neither good enough to admire nor bad enough to joyfully skewer its mediocrity, it's among its biggest bummers. Jake Coyle says, of the Associated Press says, presumably one of the reasons to bring actors into remakes of animated classics would be to add warm-blooded pulse to these characters. Zegler manages that, but everyone else in Snow White, mortal or CGI, is as stiff as could be. So high praise for Rachel Zegler in that one, but everyone else, you could do better apparently. I work in the acting industry, so I will be the judge of that, and I will be fair, to be clear, just in case anyone thinks that I go jumping in for the absolute jugular. I don't do that to actors. I don't. I was fine with Rachel Zegler in West Side Story. I haven't seen any of her other movies until I see Snow White, so I'll be the judge of that when I see it. Okay, let's go to audience scores. Brandon says this movie is awesome. Danielle says, I just loved the cast in their movie and the singing was awesome. Rachel Zegler was perfect in her role as Snow White. This is a must-see. I want to see it again. So that's 5-star. Half a star. Worst thing I've ever watched. My eyes were bleeding and my kids were running out around the theatre. Wow. Okay. That's harsh review there. Critics are wrong. This is a great Disney movie. 5-star. 5-star. Oh my God, we absolutely love this movie. Not a boring moment. Monica says, Rachel, masterpiece. Okay. Thank you very much. Jonathan O says, 1 star. Well, this movie won't be in Academy Awards and even joining the $1 billion club, and Rachel Zegler performance is good, including her singing, but Gal Gadot performance is bad. She didn't give more effort playing the evil queen and evil old lady, and one of the horrifying CGI design are the mutant dwarves. The design looks uncomfortable and you can't look away, and is better if it was on streaming and not in theaters, but we'll see if this be the worst Disney movie of 2025. Wow, oh my goodness. No full stops in that one. Right, so it would have to compare to the next one. I think the next one's Lilo and Stitch, and I think that looks really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, and I will be seeing that. Straight trash, worst movie of the last 20 years. That's got half a star, another 5-star, another 5-star, another half a star. Terrible movie, don't waste your time. Children could make a better film. Took a good thing, smeared it, changed it, and here is the result. Terrible, not worth the watch. We've got a 3-star here. Seemed rushed. I feel like live action need not be so shallow on character development as cartoon versions. It was fine. New songs only moderately catchy. As movies are so expensive these days, I may recommend buying it for home viewing. Nothing about the big screen made it seem spectacularly magical. Okay, that's an interesting statement. It's an hour and 49-minute movie, and I'll be interested to see what they've padded it out with. I know they're not really doing The Prince so much this year, so I'll be interested to see what they do with The Prince. But yes, that's an interesting statement. I would like to see what the padding actually is and what the changes they have made actually are. So, actually awful, says Simon. Completely misses the story and meaning of Snow White. Nothing like the character. The evil queen also sucked, which was an honest surprise because I thought she'd be the best part. The entire movie is bad. Literally nothing redeeming. Okay, this one. Lord Farquaad would not be proud. Goodness me, that wig, they got the hair wrong. I agree with that. They swapped the Ugly Witch and Snow White. Gal Gadot should have been Snow White. She's beautiful. Yes, Gal Gadot is very pretty. Okay, so this one says massive departure from the original and too woke to be remotely enjoyable. Skip it. And this 5-star here, let's see what this 5-star says. This is from Mick. This movie is adorable. The naysayers are grumpy old men. Oh, that'll be interesting. I wonder if I'll be a grumpy old man if I don't like it. The animals are done so well. The scenery is beautiful and memorable. They did justice to all my favourite scenes from the original movie. And man, Snow White can sing. I will say this, she definitely can. Every little girl can and should copy her dress and her heart of gold. Snow White becomes a queen and leads her people with integrity. I hope that Waiting on a Wish takes hold like Let It Go, and this movie becomes a classic. We all need a little more cottagecore in our lives. I'll be interested to see how that movie is cottagecore. I am not sure, however, if Waiting on a Wish will actually do it as well as Let It Go. So that's what the audience and the critics think. It's a very mixed bag of reviews. However, I will judge it for myself. Like I say, if you like the film, that's great. You're allowed to like this. If you don't, that's also fine. You don't have to like something. Okay, so let me know what you think. Chat about it. Don't shout about it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for more woke news. Bye bye.